getting ready to talk about the sanctuary city situation, something else that the President-Elect will be confronting as well, because some sanctuary cities do not want to comply with what President-Elect Donald Trump wants to do, and that is to remove that sanction of having a sanctuary city. So for more on this, let's bring in Texas State Senator Charles Perry, because he is trying to eliminate that very scenario of having sanctuary cities throughout his state of Texas. Can you talk to me, Charles? What is you're trying to do there?
Yes, sir. Good afternoon, Kelly. I filed Senate Bill 4 last week. Similar bills filed last session that specifically prohibits, or hopefully to prohibit, local government jurisdictions from undermining state and federal immigration laws. It has penalties similar to what the feds are proposing, that any state discretionary grants would be withheld. And it's the rule of law. That's the principle is. Take the immigration issue aside. It's everything that our societies depend on as a civil society, is the rule of law, to help keep our communities and schools safe and our citizens safe. And that's what we do as a government. And to have individual jurisdictions going around the state undermining state and federal immigration at their will, and which laws they choose to enforce or not enforce, and punishing those law enforcement officials that are under their authority, is just inconsistent with our values that we have here in this country.
Well, as you know, this is a very emotional issue, because there are a lot of cities that want to defend their sanctuary status, including Chicago Mayor Rahm Emanuel, who made it very clear that they would do everything they can to protect people, in fact telling immigrants there that you are safe in this city. We've seen the same thing happen in San Francisco, where last year a young Kate Steinle, walking along the famous pier in San Francisco with her father, was gunned down by an illegal immigrant who had been in this country illegally, had been deported 5 times. And we saw this situation take place, yet that city will continue with the sanctuary status. What's happening in Texas along those same lines that has compelled you to step out and try to remove this status?
Well, the Travis County Sheriff, newly elected, is removing the immigration desk, I'm told, from her office or from their area to make it more difficult for ICE to comply with the detainer process. We have testimony in hearings last session where, over the interim process, where El Paso said they would have policies that would actually punish officers if they inquired regarding the immigration status of someone that's lawfully detained. We have a Dallas County Sheriff that said she would be very discretionary in how she applied those individuals captured through this process and on the detainer. So we have multiple examples, whether it's public or not, of implicit or explicit policies that would punish a law official operating under those authorities of those jurisdictions with sanctuary policies if they inquired the immigration status when they were stopped. So bottom line is, it still goes back to rule of law, and we are one day closer to Banana Republic when we begin down this road of allowing multiple jurisdictions picking and choosing which laws they will choose to enforce. And, you know, it's a federal immigration law. To hear mayors say that it's a local law, this immigration is at the federal level. And if you choose not to enforce those, we just create a really chaotic situation. The individuals coming in this country illegally, a large part of them are running from a lawless society. So the irony is not lost on me.
And Senator, we should include in here, not to cut you off, but we should include in here that what the President-Elect is trying to do, he wants, and he said it publicly, he wants to get rid of some 2 to 3 million illegal immigrants who are already deemed members of criminal activity, like gangs and drug dealers and committing acts of violence. He wants to deport them or incarcerate them. This proposal that you're making, this initiative, this measure, do you think the state of Texas, are you looking at this as something that will be favored upon? Do you think you'll get this passed through the state assembly?
I would expect it will get it passed very quickly in the session. It's a low bill number. There's significance in that. Senate Bill 4 indicates that it's a high priority of the Lieutenant Governor. We will get that passed through. Both House support and Senate support, and Governor already has said he would sign it. So I'm looking forward to passing that legislation.
Thank you very much, sir. State Senator Charles Perry from Texas.
No problem. Thank you.
Thank you.